you guys are not Amazon employees, I have to ask you guys to leave the property.
Immediately. So if you're not an Amazon associate, pack up everything and please
That's
go.
cool.
Please do not come back on site.
Okay.
You've been told. Thank you.
I've been told?
Yep.
Okay.
Do not come back
It's
on
going to
site.
take me about 10 minutes to get packed up.
Do not come back on site.
Yeah, so I mean, these two, I mean, you know, they come around like a couple times a day. They take down any posters we have up. They rip down the signage. They kick out the other organizers. They kick out UPS worker. Anyone who's coming to support the union. What's disgusting? Union busting. What's disgusting? Union busting. Damn right.
Guys gonna win, you think?
I hope so. I think, I mean, according to like phone banking data we have, you know, it's looking good. But the thing is, like, the amount of resources that they put into JFK 8, they just swiveled it over to our building, and we are 1/7 of the size. So we're getting hit with just as many union busters, but like, you know, it's like a 1 to 15 person ratio. They just bred this climate of fear where it's like, people are genuinely afraid to talk to us in the building because they don't want to get fired.
Are they still doing a lot of big captive audience meetings?
Yeah, so usually they're like 20 people, but the past week what they've been doing is they've stopped production for the last hour of each shift to bring every single person, 500 people on the shift, into this meeting where the general manager and like the vice president of HR for all of Amazon comes and begs people basically to vote no. Like never in the history of Amazon have they ever stopped production to pull people for an all hands on deck meeting.
I was working on lane 2, and they pulled like a number of, they're called splitters. They're the people who take the boxes off the conveyor belt and split them into different sections. They pulled probably like 5 of them off of the lane to go take them to a union busting meeting, and it caused a huge pile of boxes. There was another person who was trying to get boxes off the conveyor belt, and it had piled up all the way around his head so that he was trapped next to the conveyor belt, and I had to literally unbury him out of these boxes. And that's because they're pulling people into union busting meetings. So, I mean, they're literally creating safety hazards in order to try to get us to vote no.
The union busting has gotten worse ever since JFK 1.
I think the tactics show a level of desperation, and I think workers see that too, and I think it's backfiring. It happened in JFK 8 also. They started to get desperate, they started to get aggressive. They arrested Chris and Brett and Jason.
I've had the same 2 managers tailing me no matter what lane I'm in, no matter what section of the warehouse I'm in for the past 2 days. I've tried to move to get out of their way. They come and find me. They go, oh, do you need some help here? It's like, no, I don't need help here. We have like 3 other workers that I'm working with right now. But they tail you. They know who the organizers are, so they're making a concerted effort to prevent us from talking to people, and they're also trying to scare the workers so that they're not wearing the lanyards, they're not wearing the shirts, and we can't build momentum as easily.
They're also having the union busters, the outside consultants, disguised as workers. They gave them the blue badges, they hired them on as workers, and they have them on the floor pretending to be workers, talking with the actual workers, telling them to vote no. Meanwhile, these union busters are getting paid $400 an hour.
I'm going to get hired tomorrow. What's the salary? 18.25.
And just for perspective too, like we want a cost of living raise as well, because I mean, I come from Arizona, I'm only making $2 more, and it's 3 times the cost of living.
Right.
We get 25-cent raise every 6 months, and then after 3 years, we don't get a raise. We'd have to go to a higher position when there ain't enough room to get a higher position. You move up, you should get more pay. If I take another job besides where I began at, if I start teaching people my job, I deserve a raise. Each job you take, you should get extra money for what you do.
They don't accept people's like shift change to become full-time workers. They've like denied me full-time work. There's a lot of favoritism in LDJ5. Like if you're not really like not friends with the managers, you get stuck in the worst lanes.
All the stories, all the horror stories you heard from JFK 8, they're true in our building too. And they're true in every Amazon building across the country.
Yep, and worse.
So this movement right here, this is just the beginning, like everyone's been saying. Whose house? Hail you! Whose house? Hail you!
People are coming from all over the country to help support. You know, we've had people out on the line from many different unions, from Amazonians United, from workers at Amazon in different states, all of whom, you know, they're all organizing too, and we're all part of the same movement. We all want the same things, and we all see how important it is that this succeed.
This union's got some serious union drip going on, and I am seriously inspired. Eat the rich, baby, that's right. He wore this in front of the major investors of Amazon.
Jeff Bezos, your time is coming, brother. Your time is coming, you hear me? The people have spoken, and it's time for us to whoop that ass in that election.
Well, we're going to try to take it nationwide after this. We're going to get our infrastructure together for the next few months, and then we're going to have a national call for hopefully every building in the country. Then once again, we'll see a domino effect like you see with the Starbucks movement. We want to do the same thing with Amazon.
We got to a point where the workers are now organizing themselves. And it's not just here in Amazon. We got emails from Walmart, we got emails from Target, Dollar General, from Apple, from Starbucks. We are going to take over the country. The workers are. The workers are going to